Okay, so today we'll be talking about the curve adjustment layer in Adobe Photoshop. The last time we talked about the level adjustment layer. Make use of the level adjustment layer in Adobe Photoshop in your image. So today we'll be talking about the curve adjustment layer, making use of it and understanding its parameters in your Adobe Photoshop towards your image. So I click my adjustment layer, place here, and I come to my curve adjustment layer. And I told you that the curve adjustment layer is always in S curve. It also helps in controlling the brightness, the contrast, and the color in your image, footage, graphics, and so on. Remember, this does not only apply to photo retouching, it also applies to graphic designs and so on. Now, I also made us understand that the curve adjustment layer is always in a diagonal line in form of a graph, which you can see here. You see the graph sheet, you can see it here. So you can see it here. This one represents the diagonal line in form of a graph. So now let's dive into using this in your photo editing. So this is a picture here. Now here is a preset. It's already built in. You already know what to mean by preset. Already um built-in sets for a particular image. So anyone if I click this darker RGB, it just applies. If I click this one, everything, you see what is happening? It just applies. So if I'm not convenient with the presets, which I am not convenient, I always like doing it myself. I'll just leave it at default. Now here is RGB, which stands for red, green, and blue. So if you select the RGB, anything you apply applies to the three colors. But if you select only red, anything you apply applies to only red, which is red color. For example, if you tweak here, as you can see, is green and so red. So that is that for you. Then we also have the green, which is the same thing, and the blue, which is the same thing. Now, my concern is I can decide to put a pointer here, reduce it. You can see, and I will increase. Yeah, this upside is my highlight. Why this downside is my shadow. Why here is my midtone. I can put a pointer here and then add small midtone before and after. I reduce my opacity. Well, it won't be. I'll use my opacity so it won't be too harsh. So okay, I think I'm okay with it like this. So I can increase my opacity a little bit and good to go. So this is just this. So I can also choose to add more points. This is called points. I can choose to add more points. You just have to explore. You have to explore, try different things and see what it works for you. See how it works for you. Then you can build your own principle around it. You see, anything I'm doing here is being affected. The slider is being affected. So everything just depends on what works for you and you apply it. So that does it. If you can see, maybe I want to increase here more. That's what is happening. My input here is increasing and my output is also increasing. So those are the parameters. Anything you are doing is increasing. Everything you are doing, either increasing or reducing. So it's all about understanding what you are doing and how to do it very well and how to use it very well. So I'm done with this now. Okay, so that is just how to use this curve, this thing. Then here is to delete. Here, so if you press here, you say delete the layer curve one. You press yes, it has deleted it. Are you seeing it? So if you press Ctrl Z, everything will come back. So if you here is before and after. If you press here before, after, you see it before, after. Then here is to go back, undo, to reset it, maybe to go back to the previous way is there, then so on. So that is just it. Then here now we are talking about the same thing I talked about in a, okay, let me bring on that curve. Remember you can apply more than 10 curve layers to a particular image or particular graphic design. You can apply more than 10 curve layers. You're not restricted to apply only one curve layer. The same thing applies to level adjustment layer. The same thing applies to all adjustment layers. You can apply more than five level adjustment layer, five level curve layer, five curve layers, five curve adjustment layers. So everything just depends on what are you trying to achieve. Because first of all, you must have something in mind that you are trying to build, you are trying to create before you can start using all those things. Don't just apply it in an image or a graphics just for applying, say, because it's there. What are you trying to build? What are you trying to do? Just so you have to understand first of all, what are the functions of all these things? If I apply it, what is it going to do to my skin? Like I told you, if you increase here now, here, if you increase here, you're increasing your highlight. That is your highlight area. Then here is your shadow area. I see me coming down. You're increasing the shadow. If you take it up, you're increasing the word. You're adding brightness to the shadow area. Then I see it. Then here is mid tone, and so then it can also apply. So everything just depends on what you want to achieve. You play around with everything and see what you can actually do. Now, if I come here and auto. So if I come here now and I use this color picker here, pick, you see what have happened? It has picked everything. Now, notice what happened. The three lines, three extra lines are shown. The red line, you can see here, this is the red line has shown, the green line has shown, and the blue line. That's the three primary color RGB, red, green, and blue. So it has shown. That means as I picked all those colors are applied to all those places. So now I can now reduce my opacity. So everything can just blend. So I'll not be too harsh. That is just it. Now for you to stress yourself, coming to pick to balance color. So these are the things you have to understand why doing with all these things. So the more you explore, the more you understand how to make use of this both. Now see my before and see my after. My before and see my after. Are you seeing it? So that is one of the things about make use of level, make use of curve adjustment layer. So in the next tutorial, I want to talk about other types of adjustment layers. Thank you very much.